Om Shri Sai Ram. Welcome to everyone to this fourth episode of the Sathya Sai Story that continues as a sequel after the transformation of Sathya to Sai. We are now in the middle of October 1947 for the grand Dasara celebrations in Puttaparthi in the Patha Mandiram. Now, because this is such a significant event, devotees came from everywhere. From Bangalore and Bellary, from Madras and Madurai, from Karur and Kuppam, everywhere. In fact, military tents were procured from the city of Bangalore and erected right opposite to the Patha Mandiram to serve as temporary accommodation. A funny episode occurred over here. You see, one of the tents Swami had reserved for the ailing mother of Sri Balapattabhi. This devotee from Tamil Nadu has had beautiful experiences with Swami. In fact, one such experience is there on this channel as well. You can have a look at it at this linked video above. So, for his mother, this tent had been reserved. Now, he had gone to fetch the luggage and baggage. In the meanwhile, a jeweler from the city of Madras, he occupied this tent. He put his bedding, he put his luggage quickly and claimed it as his and then left. So Balapattabhi and his mother were stranded outside. They were standing there, and it is from that place that they witnessed the Dasara procession. Now this Dasara procession is a grand event. I will soon be describing it. Let's just hold on. The interesting thing is, not only did these two see Swami, Swami saw them. Swami saw that they were outside the tent and with all their luggage and baggage, they were not inside. Swami did not do anything, did not mention anything. The procession moved on. After a while, when everyone was returning back, this jeweler also came back to the tent. And as he entered the tent, he let out a scream and came running out. He had seen a gigantic black king cobra, the poisonous snake, and it had wrapped around his bedding, and he was summoning for help. He wanted help to evict this occupant of the tent. He did not realize that the cobra itself had come to evict another illegal occupant of the tent, because even as people gathered to see what can be done, a messenger came running saying that Swami was calling and summoning this jeweler from Madras. When he went to Swami, Swami said, "You will not find any cobra now. I had come there. How can you occupy a tent that is meant for somebody who is sick and who is ailing? Don't you have the slightest sensitivity? And you didn't even care to ask? You made it as if it's your own room in Madras. Vacate the tent immediately." Swami said, always be on a lookout for opportunities where you can help and serve others. Help ever, hurt never. Even if we are not able to help, let us not hurt anyone. Throughout this Dasara celebration, God knows how many such little incidents and leelas happened where Swami taught life lessons to so many people. But among those that have been recorded, let us dive into them and enjoy this beautiful Sai Katha and fill our hearts with love, devotion and faith towards the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. The Dasara was celebrated as the 9 days of Navaratri, followed by the Vijayadashami or the grand Dasara culmination. Every day in the morning, there would be Omkaram followed by Kumkumarchana, where the young girls as well as the elderly ladies would offer kumkum while chanting the Ashtotram, the 108 names of the Divine Mother. In fact, today we have the Ashtotram for our beloved Bhagawan as well. Every day this Kumkumarchana would happen with the Ashtotram, and every evening there would be a grand procession. You see, during the Navaratri, Goddess Durga is worshipped in her 9 different forms. Shailaputri, Kalaratri, Mahagauri, all these are there. And every day, Swami would be dressed by the devotees as one of these forms of the Devi, and accordingly on a vehicle in a palanquin, he would be taken around in a grand procession. Now, there are some unique things about this procession. Swami would definitely make it a point to go to the house of Mother Ishwaramma, the mother of his body, Mother Karnam Subbamma. Though Karnam Subbamma had passed on, There were others at the home, so he would stop by that home to pay his respects. Of course, he would stop by the residences of his two bodily sisters, Srimati Venkamma and Srimati Parvatamma. That apart, he would stop by every home where they would offer Aarti and worship to Swami in that form of that Divine Mother and accept prasadam from him. However, there were some homes in Puttaparthi that would shut the doors and windows on Swami. They didn't want, they felt this is inauspicious, we don't want Swami, and they shut their doors to Swami. Who is losing out? When the Lord comes, He is available for all. As Swami says, when the rain pours equally everywhere. But if we keep our vessels upturned, upside down, nothing enters the vessel. The vessel of the heart has to be open to receiving this grace. The same holds true even to this day, dear brothers and sisters. His love and grace continues to pour immensely on us. Is our heart open to Him? What do we mean by keeping our hearts open to Him? What does it mean by welcoming Swami into our lives? Swami tells us, my life is my message, which means the converse also holds good. His message is His life. His life, if we want to keep Swami alive, we have to follow His message, not just as lip service, but in our life as well. When we follow His teachings, practice His teachings, rather than claiming ourselves to be devotees or some great people who will be taking care of Swami's legacy. No. All that is no use. We have to follow, imbibe His teachings and follow it in our day-to-day lives. Then Swami will enter our homes. Let us be like those devotees who opened up the doors and did Aarti as this procession went by. So this would happen on a daily basis. And each day, Swami would be decorated as a different Devi, as I said. On the first day of Navaratri, Swami was dressed in a beautiful, radiant yellow robe, yellow dress. In fact, I will not call it a robe because Swami had jewels, he had a necklace, he had bangles, all of that on him because he is the Devi and he was on a swan vehicle as the procession was taken out. On the second day, Swami as the Divine Mother came in a red dress. And on this day, there was a Narayana Seva. Now, Narayana Seva is often translated as poor feeding. Swami would frown upon that phrase. He would say, first of all, you are not feeding properly and that too you call it poor feeding. No, it's not poor feeding. It is feeding the Lord Himself. That is how Swami would do. Food would be cooked fresh and they would be heaped on mats, And this practice continued even as late as 1998 and 1999. I remember being part of one Narayan Seva where Swami came and opened the mats. Food would be heaped on these mats and mats would be covering that food. Swami literally picked it and ate it. He is eating the same food that we are offering to all the so-called poor people. Narayana Seva is such a wonderful thing, and how it should be done, Swami has elaborated it, and that is there at this link above. So this Narayan Seva was conducted from morning 11 a.m. till night 8 p.m. Whoever came, how much ever they needed, whether it was lunch or brunch or tiffin or snacks or dinner, everything they were fed. Swami himself would serve. And needless to say, once the food was cooked in the morning, it would be sufficient for everybody who came. The food never got exhausted because Swami's Abhaya Hasta is also the Akshaya Hasta. Anything that he touches becomes infinite. So everyone would be fed, and this is how the second day of Dasara concluded. On the third day, Swami was dressed as the Divine Mother in green. And on this day, all the ladies performed Laksharchana, chanting the 1008 names of the goddess. And something very unique and special happened this day because all the devotees witnessed Swami, had a darshan of Swami as the Shiva-Shakti. One half of him was Shiva with the Jata Juta, with the moon, with the Ganga flowing out. The other half was the Devi, magnificent, beautiful, and with all splendor. I'm reminded of an episode with Dr. Alreja where he was taking the blood pressure and pulse of Swami, and he realized that Swami was having a heart attack based on this. But then Swami told, check this, and gave him his left hand. And in the left wrist, it was all normal. Then Swami asked, what, Alreja, what is your diagnosis? And Dr. Alreja said, Swami, what can I say? Shiva has taken over the heart attack of some devotee, some fortunate devotee. Whereas Shakti is fine. That's why one half of your body shows heart attack symptoms, the other half is fine. I'm grateful to you for granting me this experience as Shiva-Shakti. Dr. Alreja has had phenomenal experiences with Swami. In case you have not watched it, those are at this link above. These links will also be in the description section. On day 4, Swami was bedecked in a magnificent, beautiful, royal violet dress. Of course, the photos do not show it because these are black and white photographs, but definitely we can look at this exquisite peacock vehicle that was made specially for him to take him around in processions. These processions, sometimes would go on for 3 hours, 4 hours on the end, and later on, early the next morning, like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., the processions would conclude, and when the devotees returned back to their tents or to their accommodations to lie down, that is when they would wonder, where were we walking for these 3, 4, 5 hours? We kept walking and walking and walking, and the procession kept going, and the village is so small. Actually, you can cover the whole village of Puttaparthi even to this day within 40 minutes. Back then, in 5-10 minutes, you can cover the village. But that is another leela of the Lord, where the roads would keep getting extended possibly, and along with all the devotees in Puttaparthi or devotees who had come to Puttaparthi, I feel devotees from all the other lokas would come to worship him, and that is why the road would seem to be going on infinitely and people would keep coming and worshipping him. Day 5, he was in the rose-colored robe, while on day 6, he was in the pure white robe, and this time the devotees made a vehicle for him shaped like Garuda, and this was Swami in the form of Mahagauri. That is how he was worshipped. On day 7, Swami was worshipped as Kalaratri, the Divine Mother, in sky blue dress with an Omkaram as the backdrop for him and the 2 swans by his side as his vehicle. On day 8, Swami wore a lime-colored dress, and he was in a vehicle that had so many hoods of a snake shielding him. This is also like a form of Mahavishnu, and he went out in a procession in this. Day 9 saw Swami in a dark brown dress with a lotus vehicle. And then the 10th day, the grand Vijayadashami day, this is believed to be the day when Lord Sri Rama annihilated Ravana, the demon king of Lanka. It is also the day when the Pandavas came to a tree where they had hidden all their weapons and took back their weapons in order to fight for dharma against adharma. That is the symbolism of Vijayadashami. It is the day when we take up arms against adharma, against injustice, against things that is all wrong. It is very important not just to do right, but also fight against wrong. Let us remember that in a war or battle between dharma and adharma, there can be no bystanders. Being a bystander in such a dharmic war is equal to siding with adharma. On this day, Swami performed Abhishekam to a silver idol of Shirdi Baba. This was gifted by Sri Ranjot Singh, about whom we spoke in the previous episode. And this was also a very special day for Shirdi Baba, because we know Shirdi Baba left his body on this Vijayadashami day. It is very significantly connected. And what happened is, along with the Shirdi Baba idol, there was also a Krishna idol that was gifted to Swami, and this was gifted by a person named Mr. Nagaratnam Mudaliyar. The specialty of this Krishna statue is Swami himself painted it as well, and because of that there is something very, very unique. I will not go into that now. I shall leave it for you to watch at this link above. On this Vijayadashami day, Swami also went to the Venugopala Swami temple, the temple where there is the stone on which there is the blood mark of the snake which the cowherd had killed, because of which Puttaparthi had got its name as Puttavardhini, or the land of anthills. I am just refreshing your memory. So in that temple, Swami went and asked for a plate, and then he began to rub his hands, from which copious amounts of coarse ash began to pour out. And Baba said, this is ash directly coming from Shirdi. That is why it is coarse. It is Udi, not Vibhuti. And he got that Udi distributed to everyone. And he said, whoever takes this Udi will not have any health issues, will especially get strong bones and muscles. All these beautiful things happened on Vijayadashami day. But the highlight of this Vijayadashami day was when Swami was taken in a cart, a bullock cart which was decorated with so many flowers. He was taken to a Juvi tree. The Juvi tree was symbolic of Ravana, and Swami shot an arrow with a bow to this tree, symbolic of Lord Rama annihilating Ravana. Now we don't know whether Ravana was there in the Juvi tree, but we know for sure that Sai Rama was there shooting the arrow. From that same tree, Swami also materialized so many coins and threw it around for devotees to collect, and they picked it up as their souvenirs, as their tokens of blessings from Swami. One more point about Dasara which I forgot to mention was that on many days there would be the Jhulotsavam, where Swami as the goddess mother would sit in the Jhula and the devotees would get the opportunity to swing the Jhula. Not just that, the devotees would also shower Swami with flowers. Then Swami would pick up those same flowers and throw it back to the devotees, and there would be sweets and candies instead of the flowers. Isn't this so symbolic? We offer our love and devotion to Swami, and Swami gives that back to us as sweetness in our life. The Lord is the only being in the universe who returns with much greater amount whatever we offer to Him. He takes whatever we give with love and showers us with grace infinite. There are 3 interesting episodes that also occurred during these Dasara celebrations, which I shall quickly recap. One of them is the famous episode of the British collector of Anantapur who was here on a hunting trip. He had actually hunted a tiger, and after that his jeep had got spoilt. And that is why he came to Swami. I will not take away the thrill of that beautiful episode because that has been done in detail at this link above. The second episode that happened was that Mr. Ranjot Singh, the IPS officer who had donated that silver idol of Shirdi Baba, he also brought a silver throne for Swami to sit on, and he pleaded with Swami to sit on it. But forget sitting on it, Swami did not allow that throne even to be opened. He did not even want to hear what it is in it. He just said, leave the box there. The box stood outside the Pathamandiram just like that throughout the Dasara celebrations. In fact, for a month after that almost, it stayed like that till 2 days before Swami's birthday celebrations. That is November 23rd is the birthday. 2 days before, there was a certain Shri Subba Raju, who is the brother-in-law of Shri Sheshamaraju, the elder brother of Swami's body. Now when Shri Subbaraju came, Swami told him to open that box and clean whatever is there inside it. When he opened it and began to clean that silver throne, he was shedding profuse tears, and then he recounted and related how during the Kamalapuram days, Swami as a 10-year-old had gone to a Pushpagiri fair. He had returned, he was very tired. He had sat on a rocking chair at home. At that time, the Subbaraju had come and scolded him and said, what do you think you are? You think you are some prince? Get up, that chair is not meant for you. At that time, that little boy had said, the chair that is meant for me is a throne in silver. It will arrive and you will know because you will only open it and you will clean it. And he recollected with tears saying how foolish I was not to realize the glory of this Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Now finally we come to the third episode, interesting episode that has been recorded. I say this because many things would have happened definitely. We just don't know. We are lucky that a few of them have been recorded and we are reliving those. So there was the 2-year-old son of Srimati Sundaramma. Srimati Sundaramma is the daughter of Sri Sheshagiri Rao, the first ever priest to do Aarti to Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. He was the priest at the Pathamandiram and later even at the Prashantiniliyam Mandiram. So his daughter's son, his grandson, 2-year-old, was having high fever and nothing was helping him. Swami came and Swami even brought a thermometer for her and said, check his temperature. But this boy was clenching his teeth so hard that with the thermometer in his mouth, he bit and it broke and he swallowed the mercury that was inside. But then Sundaramma, though she was very upset, she was even a little angry on Swami because Swami brought the thermometer, she was thinking. But still her faith in Swami was such that she went ahead for the bhajans. This also happened on one of the days of Dasara. Though she went for the bhajans, Swami did not go for the bhajans. Instead, Swami went to a Tulsi Mandapam that was there close by and lay down on it and possibly went to sleep, whatever. He was in a trance, whatever. By the next day morning, the child was fully fine. Swami came out of his trance and said that he did 3 things. The first thing was, I took out the mercury from this child's stomach, pulled out all the poison, all that. The second, there was this devotee who was sitting by my photo in Bangalore and crying for me. I went, comforted him and stayed by his side. As I read this, dear brothers and sisters, I felt very overwhelmed because it made me realize that when I sit by Swami's photo, talk to him, plead with him and yearn for him, he will come. He will come. When I touch his feet like this, I'm actually touching his feet because he is receiving it. Swami is there in his photographs. Swami is there whenever our heart calls out to him. That was the second thing Swami said that he did. And finally, Swami said that he also went to another person in Bangalore who was suffering with stomachache. He said, his wife, she is over here. So there is nobody to take care of him. But she is here, he is calling out to me, so I went and took care of him. Not only that, I ensured that some other devotees nearby brought for him fruits and food as well. He is well taken care of. Later on, Swami called one lady whose name is Mrs. Subhadra Krishnamurthy, and he told her that it is your husband whom I went and tended to. He is fine now, don't worry, when you go back to Bangalore, you can take care of him. In our next episode, dear brothers and sisters, we will be traveling again with Swami to many new places and possibly also witness him delivering his first ever public discourse. All of that in episode 5. Till then, I pray to Swami that we spend our entire lives thinking of him and feeling fulfillment, peace and joy. Dear Swami, may the love that we have for you in our hearts keep growing stronger every passing moment. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.